Hello and welcome back to Dutchman Seb. Today we have been sent a really cool modification for our Tesla Model 3. It is the Hansshow Auto 8.8 inch heads-up display, or gauge cluster you can say, that attaches here in front of the driver. This is one of the main things that a lot of people who kind of were opting to get a Tesla were a little bit unsure of, saying that, well, you haven't got a display, you needed to take your eyes off the road to see how fast you're going or what gear you're in. I've never really found that to be a problem, to be honest, but this is definitely going to solve any of those issues. So I'm going to do a quick installation today. The website says that the installation can take up to 17 minutes. Let's see how well that takes and how long it takes me. I'm not really very well technically oriented, let's put it that way. I've never done anything like this, and it's a little bit daunting, I would say, taking my new 2023 Model 3 dashboard apart. And let's see how easy it is. So stay tuned and check out the link below. You get a 22% discount off of your purchase from Hansshow Auto's website. That's autopart.com, using my discount code below, DutchmanSeb, 22% off. They do worldwide shipping, and they have some really great upgrades for your car. So be sure to check out the website and see what cool parts they have. So stay tuned and let's see how the installation goes. So first off, I got sent this, so they have provided me this part to install today. This is how the screen looks. It's got a built-in air ventilation so that you don't have your screen blocking the air coming to the driver as well. So that's going to be really cool. It's got Android Auto built in, and I believe also Apple CarPlay. It uses wireless technology as well, so you can upgrade the software. And it connects straight into the MCU from the car itself. So we're going to be taking off the dash panel here, as well as the side panels on the side, and then plugging this in and mounting it here. There's no holes or drilling or anything like that, so it's just clips on here. So let's see if we can get the box open to start off with, because it's quite well packaged. So I'm going to start a timer, and then we can see exactly how long it takes me to do the installation. I must add, I don't have any tools for this. So stopwatch is started now, you can see there. I'll keep an eye on the time. So let's see if they do include any tools here in the box that you might need to do the installation. So the box is kind of quite well glued, so sliding it out of this packaging is it's challenging. I'm going to just rip it. So there we go, it makes it a bit easy to get open. Alright, now let's see what's in the contents of the box here. So they have parts diagram list, you've got a screen, some cables, and they give you a trimming tool as well, plastic trim tool, so that you can open up the dash panels without damaging it. And there's a QR code to scan for your warranty and support, 1 year extended warranty and a 1 year full customer warranty. So that's good to know, so I'm going to put that one aside there. We've got a camera components. So that's if you order the variant with a front camera. So there is an option when you order the screen to have it with or without a front camera. So I'm guessing that you have a little camera on the back there that just gives you a front dash cam. Tesla has their own built-in dash cam, so I didn't really order that option. This is not a Highland model, this is a pre-Highland model, but it is one of the last pre-Highland models. So here's our wiring harness for the AMD computer, which we have. CPU AMD Ryzen, so that's what our MCU has, so that should fit in quite nicely. Then we have the, oh, it did actually come with a camera. What do you know? So then they gave me the one with the front camera. Okay, so that's cool. So we have an additional yellow cable here for the front camera. So there's a little front camera that we can use. I don't know if we're going to use that, but let's check it out. And then we've got the screen. There's the trimming tool as well. So here's your trim tool. This is really nice to lift up the panels without damaging it. You don't want to use anything like a screwdriver. And then this is the power cable for the CPU Intel Atom. So we'll check out which one. I think we have the Ryzen. Should be that one. Intel Atom is the previous generation, if I'm not mistaken. And then here we have our cool screen. So they do give you some clips and some screws to screw the screen on once you have removed the panel. That is on the underside underneath the panel, and that screws onto the screen itself, so you're not screwing it into the dash. So you can remove it again without damaging the car. So that's what we're going to need the T20 screwdriver for later on. And here's our screen. So it is protected by a electrostatic packaging so that you don't cause electrostatic shocks. So it's quite a cool looking design. It will obviously go like this, and that's how the air vents will pull the air through here, and then it'll blow it out through here again. So then you've got your cables here, the yellow one being for the front camera, and these two being for your power and your data feed. So that should fit quite nicely on the dash around there, something like this, once we get it on. So let's start and let's see how we do. So I have actually watched a installation video from Hansshow Auto themselves. They have a YouTube page with some cool videos. So I did look before I started this video what I needed to do. Turning off the screen, they don't tell you how to do that though. So you need to go into version safety. I don't see power off. Okay, so under safety it's now been turned off. So we're going to power off the car. Are you sure you want to turn the power off? Place the foot on the brake to turn the power back on. So don't touch the brake pedal, otherwise the power won't go on. Under safety menu you can power off the vehicle. And then we're going to start with our trimming tool. I'm going to start on the side here. Alright, so we're going to start with the trimming tool here to remove this side panel here. So there's actually quite an easy way to get in here. You don't want to pry too hard, so not to cause any damage. So it should pop out quite easily, and that's it. You've got 3 clips, 2 on top and 1 at the bottom here. Then you're also going to want to remove, I'll put this on the dashboard over there. Also going to want to remove this piece here, and that one's just a clip that you pull 2 tabs over here. So pulling it towards this way removes that tab. Then you're going to want to lift this dash. You actually can do it with your hand a bit there. I don't know if you saw that, so I'll do it again for you. It's actually not too difficult. Just on the corner here, lifting the dash a bit. You see here you've lifted it up now, but you can also use your trimming tool. So getting your trimming tool in there, and that should lift it up. So you can see there. I'm going to go on to the other side. Now this is the side that actually has the power cord, so you probably want to remove the rubber stripping around here just to give you a bit more space to work. See, there's your camera feed. So doing the same thing on this side, just gently removing the clips so that we don't damage anything. Alright, so there we go. Second clip is done. Similarly on this side, you want to pull away from the car, and then you've got a piece on here. So alright, then we're going to go here as well and lift up the dash again with your thumb. So you see the whole dash has now come off in one piece. So that's actually really easy to remove. You don't have to give much force, so be gentle with that. And now you can see that the whole panel is loose here on top, and this is where we're going to run our wiring from. So the wiring will run along here, and if I go back to the other side, just making some space over here, you'll see these little holes is where the air comes from, and that's where we're going to put the screen from. For some reason the car's come back on again, so I'm going to just go back to safety, and maybe because I opened the door again. I'm going to power it off again. There we go. You don't want to have the car running causing any issues. So we do need to remove this piece here to get to where we want to go. So here you have a little clip, and it's a little bit more difficult, but you need to pop that clip out. So if you saw that one there, it's a little pop rivet, you push that in. So here you just pop that one out gently, and then that one comes out like that. So then you can remove the rest of the rubber trim here, give you some more access here, and then that one should come out quite easily. Okay, so there we go. You can lift up the clips along here. You see there, all those clips come out nicely. So it is very easy to work with, but you want to be careful not to pry too hard that you don't get any clips broken. Alright, so there we go. So I've just taken it out from the back. Now I have access to the wiring. So you'll see there where there were some tabs at the back there, so just pull them towards me, and now we have access to the power connector here that we need, and these connectors here, I believe. Yes, I believe it is. Sorry. Right. So here we have. So this is a male connector. This is a female connector. So I believe it is this one, because that looks to be the same connector. So just checking your displays off again still. Yes. Disconnecting this one. You want to push the tab in and just gently lift out your connector. Not the easiest to do with one hand. Maybe we use the trimming tool. Just gonna sit you guys down over there. There we go. So using the trimming tool, just pushing in this little tab here, really helped to get the connector out. So now I can bypass this connector by putting it in here, and then plugging that one. And let's move that wiring up to give ourselves some more room to work with. This one will go the same way like the other one went into that clip. So there you should see it there. Now it's clipped in, and this one has now been bypassed. So that's what we call a bypass. So now you want to run the wiring up here. There are some spaces over there. Hang on, we still need to plug these two in. These two maybe, looks like it goes into the OBD connector. So this blue connector here is an OBD connector. So it should, it goes this way. There we go, that one clips in quite easily. And then, where does this one go to? So these are your power cables that runs to the screen. So that needs to run along the dash. I still haven't figured out where the white connector goes, but these cables will run along the dash, and we'll plug those into the screen later. So let's get that wiring in there, tucked away nicely. All right, let's see, where does this white connector go? Alright, so after watching the installation video again on the website from Hansshow, they didn't actually say anything about plugging in this connector, the white one, only the blue one. And so far on the stopwatch, we are 20 minutes in, so that's including rewatching the video twice and trying to figure out why this white connector didn't have anywhere to plug in. So I think for now we're going to just put it somewhere safe and then see if the screen power's on, because we have the OBD connector, so if we should be able to get signal from there, and the power connector there. And this one we're just going to store safely. It has a sticker on here saying AMD, so maybe if there's an AMD processor there's no blue OBD connector, but this instead. So I think that this card, because it's a Ryzen CPU that we have, maybe something different. So let's try it out and let's see. Okay, so far so good. We need to secure the screen, and for that I need a screwdriver. So let's go inside and get a T20 screwdriver and some electrical tape. Alright, so we're back with a screwdriver. It's a Phillips head, quite a small one, and some black electrical tape to secure the power connectors. And we are 26 minutes into the video, including going to find tools. So I'm just checking that my little brackets and screws that they provided me fits the Phillips head. So a good way to do it is just to test fit it like this, so you get good grip. So I know that's the right size Phillips head. So I'm going to start now by installing the screen, which is here, and then I'm going to, let's get these wires loose. I've had everything with some plastic tie wraps. Alright, so these wires need to be fed now through the holes in the dash panel. So they say it's the 35th hole, so we've got the dash panel here now in front of us, more or less in the middle. You can tell here where the cutout is for the steering wheel. So there's the middle. Seems to be quite far. I would have guessed it to be about there, because that's more or less centered. So I would say it's more like 30 than 35, to be honest with you. So we're going to feed these cables now don't know if you can see it like this, but if I put it up like that, maybe you can see it a bit better. I'm going to feed these cables now through these holes in the dash. Hopefully they fit. It's a tight squeeze. There we go. Just a bit of wiggling around. You do manage to get the cables through the holes. I must say, any bigger than this would not fit. So let's see if I can get the next one in a bit easily. Not the easiest to get through, but they do fit with a bit of playing around. Yes, alright. So one more to go. There we go. So third one is through. Now we're going to just gently pull the cables through the back. And then we're going to secure this in the center. So remember that this is your center of your screen cutout. So you want to make sure that your screen is centered using those reference marks here. So that looks to be there. I reckon. Oh, the screen's come on again. Go back to safety. Turn it off. Yes, power off. Okay, maybe I tapped the brake pedal by accident. Yeah, that looks about centered. So from here, that's quite centered, I would say. Then we're going to flip it around and hold the screen. So now at the bottom here, we have those three little feet that came through, and that's where we're going to secure the clips that they have provided us with. So they have these little metal clips, and that's going to go over it like that, and then we're going to screw into those little holes. So my screwdriver is laying here. Let's grab a screw or two. There goes my screen again. I don't know why the screen keeps turning back on again, but it seems as though it's got a mind of its own. But at least we have already connected the cabling, so it shouldn't be causing us any issues there for now. So I'm just going to loosely put the screws in, and then we're going to make sure that the screen is nicely fitted before we tighten the screws down. So you can see it's not very intrusive at all to your car interior. It's easy to remove again because you're not making any holes anywhere, screwing into the screen itself. Alright, so if you can see now, over here I have just put two screws in here, and then I'm going to do these two, and then we're going to check first to see if the screen is quite nicely mounted down. Seems the one side is quite nicely mounted down already, so once this side is mounted down we should be able to tighten the rest. And I just put this, has two sides, so the curved edge is facing down. But for time, let's see how we're doing. 33 minutes. So alright, now I've secured the first two clips in. I'm going to just check the screen. Oh, it's quite nicely and evenly seated. So we're going to do the last two screws then. Alright, so let's have a look and see how that looks. Yeah, that looks pretty decent actually. So only thing left to do now is connect the power cords and tuck the power cords carefully away. Let's have a look and see where this camera goes if we want to do a camera upgrade. On power cord as well. I wonder if that's going to mount here somewhere, I imagine, but then you're going to have to run cords all the way through here. I'm not really keen to do that today, so we'll leave that then for a future video where you can add your dash cam as well and connect it to the screen. So that's, let's say, a future upgrade video. So they've got quite a long cord. I imagine it runs through here, then you're going to take out more trim panels. So I don't have time for that one today, but if you're interested, in the comments below how to do that camera install, let us know down below in the comments. For now, I'm happy with this, so we're going to tuck away our power cords. these need to go in the dash here somewhere nice and neat. And that needs to go like this. And we're going to turn off our screen again. Safety. Power off. Yes. Alright, so down below here. Oops. Down below here we've got these two power cords, blue and red. One is the CAN data and one is the red power cord. So we've got a little groove in there, and that's going to mate up with our female side. So just plugging those two in. Just put you down over there. Plugging those two in there with the groove on that side. You've got two arrows here showing that as well, along with our CAN data. That's going to go there with the two arrows showing like that. So now we have been told to tape those connectors up so that they don't come loose during driving or vibration. So we're just going to run some electrical tape around those connectors. For the other one I will do the same. All right, so there's our taped up job, and of course the yellow cord is for your front dash camera, which we're not going to do today because that is more time consuming and we are already quite far into this video. So let's see how we can tuck away these cables in a nice way under the dash where they're not going to interfere with anything. Hopefully they will not get pinched. So here we have tabs. We need to align those up, so I would imagine these cables need to be out of the way of that. So let's go around to the other side. Oh, the display's already come on. Huh, there we go. So as you can tell, we have already got a display working. So it's giving me a state of charge. Have a look. State of charge 98%. How many kilometers of range I have, what my speed is, temperature, time, and then if we touch on the screen, maybe we have to first turn this car on because the car screen's still off. So for now we were just getting the CAN data and the power. So coming back around to the other side, we need to close up this, so that was quite an easy job. So now I need to tidy up the cable somehow and find a way to tuck this in nicely at the back without damaging any cabling. Okay, so there is quite a lot of cabling actually. So yeah, whether we tuck it up nicely here. So I think that should be good to make sure it's not getting any damage. Alright, then the rest of it we will pinch up in here, bundle up, make a nice little knot of it, I reckon. Okay, so once you've got the cabling secured in here, you can go ahead and push this down, but be sure to make sure that both sides are here evenly tucked away before you start pressing it down. So you just lightly press this down. There's like these little pins that it goes into. We'll just check both sides and we'll work our way back there again. So here you see it's underneath here, tucked away nicely, and here it needs to go back underneath there. Okay, so here you got to lift up this piece a bit there so that the screen goes nicely underneath there. See, it tucks away there, then it should Well, after fishing that bastard out again, I managed to get it out from below here. There was just a loose panel, so that one goes back in there again. Just be sure that they don't come out again. So mind the cable behind there, and then you should be able to start pressing it down the dash again. Give it a nice tap when you feel it going in nicely. This side again. Oh, and there goes the clip again. Why do these things keep coming out? Damn clips. So annoying. This time I think it's full. Alright, after the second time that clip came out, I fished it out here now and got it back in again. We're now time to get the trim panels back in again. So same way like we put it in again. That one went like this. You see there's a clip here, and that goes into this hole. So sliding it in, these tabs on the side, back into there again. Let's have a look. See if we can get it to fit nicely. Yes. And then fitting that into place. Yes. And then our side panel. Let's see, it goes like this. There's a clip at the bottom and two on top. So that one should fit in nicely. Yes. Alright, now we're going to just tidy up the cables on the other side. So, whew, what a job. This is a little bit longer than I anticipated. So let's see, how are we doing for time? Time is now sitting on 51 minutes after fishing up 2 clips. So I've got a cable. I've got a cable up here. I want to tuck that in there somewhere nicely. It's not going to get pinched. These similarly. Let's have a look. This one I'm going to fit in here. No, in here maybe, yes. Alright, and the rest I will use just what I have in here to secure it with. Okay, that's actually not too bad. So the extra cabling we just tucked away nicely in there. Okay, then we're going to start putting in the side panel back again. This is a little bit more challenging because you have to tuck it in nicely in the corner here. Okay, so we've got 2 tabs in the back here. My weather mats are in the way. Out the way. Alright. Okay, so that's going to go behind all the cabling without getting the tabs in the cabling. Okay, so this bends into these 2 tabs in the corner here. There we go. Well, that was actually quite easy. And then here we clip in the back like this, and then get that one there to line up that tab. Oh, actually it was quite straightforward. Don't forget your little clip. Pull the tab out. That goes into that hole, and once it's in, press the tab in again. Make sure all of our wiring is still free. Quite straightforward. Okay, now next our little clip here. So same thing on the other side. Make sure not to pinch the cable. Let's see if we can get him in somewhere nicely. Alright, that one actually needs to go in on there. Okay, so it is pinching the cable a little bit, but it's not too bad. So it's not going to damage the cable. Let's put it that way. And last but not least, we have, I think the rubber panel should go on first. What do you think? No, that goes over it. So the weather strip here goes back nicely over it as well. So we just remove that all here just to give us a bit of extra room to take this panel off. That actually goes back quite nicely. Make sure it's nicely tucked in the corner. And then lastly, our little cover piece here goes in the bottom, and then these two clips on top. And that was that. So, and that's the installation. So that wasn't too bad actually. So let's take a look at our screen. You know what's funny? My seating position is this. This is where the camera's now in front of my nose. I actually don't see the screen. So I need to adjust my steering wheel. Steering height. So we need to go up. Now I can see it. So that means that my comfortable driving position with my shoulder, my elbow on the door has to go higher up, or I need to remove my adjust my seat, because I have my seat in its lowest position and I had the steering wheel also quite in the lowest position as well. So from here the camera angle sees it nicely, but I need to raise it to be in my seating position to actually see the screen quite nicely. So I think that's going to be my new steering wheel controls, and let's have a look. Audio mode, HUD, heads-up display or phone. Connection mode, CarPlay or Android Auto. So I don't actually have an Apple iPhone, I have Android, so I'll go for Android Auto. So it's now rebooting. It's quite a cool display actually. So the way I got to that menu is I actually swiped this to the right, and here there was like car controls, navigation. Okay, so here it's telling you to connect to Android Auto now. Then we have settings, language, steering wheel control, I don't know what that means. Tire pressure we have in bar, time format 12 hours, AHD, I'm not sure what that is. Time zone GMT +8. No, we're not in GMT +8. We are in GMT +1. Display settings. You can choose color white or red or black, so or gray or blue. So we're going to stick with the white. Car Model 3 and Model Y. Appearance, automatic day and night. Brightness automatic. Rainbow road, we don't want that now, but you can turn it on or off. Imperial for temperature. Okay, so wireless. You got Android Auto, CarPlay, universal speed limits. Okay, here, so here you can connect to Wi-Fi. So let's see if we can find our Wi-Fi. And it's now to enable the Wi-Fi. So here we go. We can find our Wi-Fi in here. So we can connect to one of these. Nope, that's not the one I want. I want this one. So after my camera battery died and I figured out I need a new one, we're now 1 hour into the installation video, and let's have a look. Ta-da! Cool, new screen. So beautiful new display. I played around with it a little bit as well. So the car does go off when I put the door closed, but this has been a feature of Tesla for a while. When you touch the brake, everything goes on again. It's quite an annoying feature of Tesla. I don't know how to turn that off, but I've had that since I bought the car. So we're stopping the video there, 1 hour 4 minutes. So I think without all the fiddling around and looking at videos, you could probably do this in about half an hour. So stopping the clock there and kind of tidy up all the rest of the boxes and the cabling here. So check it out. Hansshow Auto, heads-up display, gauge cluster. I mean, it looks super cool. Putting it into drive, it's got all the same animations as the car. Putting it into reverse, it brings up the camera here, but not here. I was expecting it to be here as well. So you've got there, putting it into park, car goes back into park. If I open the door, you've got the same visualizations as on the screen. The only thing I find is it doesn't pick up the color that I've chosen for my car here, so it just shows it there. But maybe you can play around with some of those features as well. And if the trunk opens, trunk display shows the same thing here, but it doesn't go all the way open like it does here. It just shows open. So if I close it there, it does show it closed. Not quite 100% copy paste, but it's definitely good enough to know what's happening. And I'm curious to take it for a drive, so you will have the tire pressure monitoring here as well, so it will show you this on the screen there as well, the tire pressures I see there. So maybe we go for just drives now. I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so let's go for a short test drive and let's see. So the car changes and shows you driving. It doesn't quite show you the same visualization that you get there for the cars on the side. So it's not the Tesla display, but it is some kind of its own display, let's put it that way. I guess they couldn't copy and paste the same software, but it does look nice. Speed comes up, your speed limit sign comes up as well. It shows you quite useful information that you miss while looking. And I must say, at first, just this experience from here, it looks really good. The quality is nice from my driving perspective. I have really an unobstructed view, and I do feel the air still coming through here because I have my air vents set up to blow air from through the steering wheel, so that does feel like coming from here as well. And there you see now as well, my tire pressures there is now showing here as well while I'm stopped. So yeah, pretty cool. Definitely improves my driving experience. It does look more luxurious. It does give me a more feel like, oh, this is a more premium car, like your Tesla Model S or Model X, where these gauge cluster screens come standard, not like your Model 3 and Model Y where it's not included. So these features are only available aftermarket and not from Tesla. So yeah, I definitely love this screen. It's really a cool upgrade to the car. So let me know what you think below on the comments. Hopefully you were able to follow along on the installation video. I'll make it a little bit shorter and easier to follow. Don't forget to use my link below, Dutchman Seb, for 22% off your Hansshow Auto parts when you order online. They have global distribution and delivery. They have some specials from time to time as well, so be sure to make use of my discount code. I get some referral, you also get some discount. Everybody wins. So thanks for checking out the video, and stay tuned until next time, guys.